So welcome. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Dr. Lauren Pilgren. No pill makes you grin like Dr. Pilgren. I am a naturopathic physician dedicated to educating and motivating others to achieve optimal health. I offer a unique perspective to general medicine, weight management, diabetes, and difficult to diagnose cases, which means that I really specialize in gut health and mental health, otherwise known as the gut-brain axis. I am a graduate of Southwest College Naturopathic Medicine in Tempe, Arizona, and a transplant from outside of Boston, Massachusetts. I have been practicing medicine and therefore compassion, acceptance, and tolerance for more than 15 years now. No matter what you are struggling with, believe me, I have either experienced it myself or have worked with someone firsthand who has had the same issues. There is no topic I have not discussed with the patient over the years, from the most mundane to the most embarrassing. As a naturopathic physician and certified CBT provider, that's cognitive behavioral therapy for those unfamiliar with CBT, as a naturopathic physician and certified CBT provider, it is my job to remain impartial, analyze the information you provide, and help guide you to goals that are established collaboratively and approved by you. Today, I am here as a facilitator, but above all, a wellness support system to assist you in any way I can. I hope to help you identify, execute, and achieve your goals. Okay, so I would like to start my screen share, which will just take me a moment. So again, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This is one of my few webinars that I present that's heavy on the product selling, because it's difficult to present the benefits of a product program without sounding like I'm selling the whole time. So with that said, I have a lot to share with you, so I'm gonna go and just dive right in. Today, we are talking about the MetabolicBiome Plus Healthy Weight Management Program. But first, let's talk about detoxification. Why is this important? What is detox? How can detoxing affect our body's ability, or lack thereof, to shed pounds? We need to detox in order to rid the body of toxicity and unhealthy substances. Many times we have such a buildup of toxins in our system that the liver and kidneys are not able to expel the toxins as fast as they are arriving. Or if those organs are working both properly and optimally, there still may be an issue with the evacuation of the colon. And even if you move your bowels regularly, some of those toxins on the way out of the body are able to be reabsorbed, and then we have to start the whole process all over again. When we have this buildup of trash in the streets, so to speak, the body starts to create places to store the trash so that the trash affects the whole system less than if it were just left to be floating in the bloodstream. Where is the most likely place to store toxins so that they do the least amount of harm? Well, in adipose tissue, of course. That is to say, fat cells. The body uses stored fat to insulate toxins from the rest of the body. This makes it terribly difficult to lose weight. First, the body's not too keen on releasing the toxins, but we must extricate the toxin from the fat cell so that it can eventually leave the body. Second, because it's being used as a storage closet, the fat cell is no longer recognizable as a fat cell. So it becomes an unusable form of energy that we are literally lugging around with us everywhere. So before starting the MetabolicBiome Plus program, I highly recommend completing a detox using Biotics Research NutriClear Plus, which is another product. And of course, we'll talk about this more. At the end of the presentation and in the email that will come with the recording the link to the recording, will also be a link to my online store, which will have available all of the products in the protocol. Not all of the products need to be purchased by an individual person because there's choices on flavors and of course choices on what to add on. The link to the online store will take you directly to the protocol, and it will include a 20% discount that you can use through the entire store. So how do you know if you need to detox? First, you need to know the signs that could indicate your body is experiencing a toxic burden and that therefore could benefit from nutritional support for a more effective detoxification. 9 signs that your body is in need of a detox include feeling tired all the time, feeling blue or having consistently low moods, difficulty concentrating, brain fog and finding it hard to focus, persistent sore joints and or muscles, having trouble sleeping, cravings for unhealthy carbs and sugars, experiencing recurrent bloating, gas, diarrhea, constipation, heartburn, or other digestive issues, increased headaches, either in severity or frequency or both. And of course, noticing that you have an impaired immune system is definitely a sign that you have a toxic overload. Experiencing any of these aforementioned situations frequently means that your system may be overloaded with toxins. The first step is reducing your toxic load. Nutritional status plays a big role in how well we detoxify. So assessing functional nutrient deficiencies is always a good idea. In particular, the following nutrients are critical to aid the body's detoxification pathways. So vitamin E, selenium, glutathione, glycine, and vitamin C are all nutrients that will help your body's natural detoxification pathways work better. So there is no doubt that modern society is placing a heavy toxic burden on our bodies and the environment at large. Taking time to detoxify can provide both you and your body some much needed downtime while cleansing the body of unwanted chemicals and restoring vibrant health. Again, we recommend NutriClear Plus, which is a Biotics Research product and is a science-based metabolic cleanse program that supports all of the body's detoxification processes. The product supplies key nutrients in a delicious tasting powder, provides ideal nutritional foundation for those in need of metabolic clearing, supports liver function, energy function, and intestinal bacterial balance. The formula is easily digested, contains certified organic pea protein, medium chain triglycerides, and added fiber. This powerful combination of micronutrients, fiber, fruit, and vegetable extracts supports safe and effective detoxification. And again, when you get the link to the webinar recording, it will also come with a link to the online store. This will be one of the choices that you can make if you feel that detoxification is right for you. And if you want to skip right to the weight management program, that's okay as well. All those choices are available to you, all at the 20% discount. Okay, so if you do choose to do the detox, you'll do that first. And then following your detox, you're ready for the MetabolicBiome Plus program. The MetabolicBiome Plus takes the old adage of we are what we eat and throws it out the window, proposing instead that we are what the trillions of our microbes eat instead. And based on this science, they've built a successful optimal weight management program. So to recap all of that, not only do the bacteria in our digestive system influence our metabolism, which is how fast or slow that we might lose or gain weight, those same bacteria also influence our mood, how well our brains operate. Those bacteria can either help or hinder the immune system, and certain bacteria are even associated specifically with obesity. And this is why we focus on getting our guts healthy before anything else. The fact is that there are several pounds of bacteria in your bowel. The makeup of that flora, those bacteria, otherwise known as the microbiome of your intestines, has a great deal to do with the quality of your health. Yes, I said several pounds of bacteria living in your bowel have a great deal to do with the quality of your health. In fact, there are more bacterial cells in your colon than there are in your entire body. And in fact, there are more microbial cells in and on your body than there are human cells, to tell you the truth. Intestinal flora produces vitamins like folic acid and B12. They also nourish the intestinal lining. And bowel flora can also inhibit harmful bacteria and break down toxins. After years of scientific investigation and thousands of research papers, we are beginning to learn about the role of specific species of bacteria, as well as strategies to control what grows in our intestines and what we inhibit the growth of. The research has proven that there is a strong connection between polyphenols and gut microbiota. Polyphenols can help balance bowel flora, resulting in improvement of blood glucose levels and even weight loss. So there is a direct connection between the food we eat and the type of bacteria that flourish on that food. See, it's not really our bodies that digest most of our food. Rather, it's the bacteria living in our bowel, making up that biome that do much of the digestion of the food that we eat. And our bodies use the byproducts of the microbial digestion, such as the folic acid and the vitamin B12. If not for the bacteria in our gut, we would not be able to retrieve those nutrients from the food we swallowed. As you might guess, beneficial bacteria flourish in a well-diversified diet of protein, fruits, vegetables, and complex carbohydrates, where the bacteria that do us harm thrive on a steady diet of simple sugars, drive-through, and other frozen or over-processed junk food options. Many of us are impoverished and unable to take advantage of a full array of vegetables and better quality meats. But still more of us are privileged enough to have choices, and yet many of those people choose the lowest common denominator up to 90% of the time. Because I know firsthand how difficult it can be to find the time to eat clean, and it is a time-consuming battle until you find your optimal organization and rhythm to meal planning, as described in an earlier presentation. But because I know how difficult it can be to find the time to eat clean and plan yourself so that you're not in that hangry moment of, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? I have decided to present this program. I am offering this simple, easy to incorporate into your life for the next few weeks program. This program provides the fiber, the phytochemicals, and the polyphenols necessary to improve gut microbiome and improve your overall health. Without changing anything about your diet or lifestyle, this product mimics the effect of a protein-adequate, diverse, plant-based diet. This program supplies all the fruit and veggies you are not getting naturally in your daily diet, and all you have to do is cut down on the obvious sugars and simple carbohydrates and follow the plan. And in 5 days, you will see your blood insulin levels drop by half. Again, that's your blood insulin levels dropping by half in just 5 days. Polyphenols are micronutrients packed with antioxidants that we get through certain plant-based foods. Produced by the plant, the polyphenols protect the plant from ultraviolet radiation, the oxidative stress of photosynthesis, and of course from pathogens. There have been more than 8,000 polyphenol compounds that have been identified in various different plant species, all of which are taken advantage of in this product to give you the widest array variation possible. Studies have shown that diets rich in plant polyphenols help protect against cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's or Alzheimer's. Essentially, polyphenols act as a prebiotic to the beneficial bacteria. Prebiotics do for probiotics what spinach does for Popeye. Due to this prebiotic nature, a number of health benefits are thought to be provided by polyphenols, such as improved digestion, weight management, diabetes and sugar regulation, and much, much more. Some top-ranking foods containing polyphenols include cloves, cacao powder, berries, beans, nuts, and veggies such as artichoke, red onion, and spinach. Clear links have been made between obesity and a lack of bacterial diversity in the gut. Lack of diverse colonies in the large intestine is a direct result of lack of diversity in the types of food that is being consumed. As I mentioned earlier, the microbes in the gut have also been found to play an important role in the immune system, as well as impacting metabolic and neurobehavioral traits. There is a population of specific microbes in the gut which protect against gastrointestinal mucosa permeability, otherwise known as leaky gut syndrome. There is another type of microbial population that is high in bacteria that ferment carbohydrates. This can lead to both an excess in lipid storage and methane production. That's right, these types of bacteria that ferment carbohydrates lead to both excess fat and excess gas production. Increased gut permeability due to low microbial diversity has also been linked to chronic low-grade inflammation. If you have been paying any kind of attention to the news or talk shows, or my favorite, Dr. Oz, you will know that chronic inflammation is the underlying condition to almost every other disease there is to be had. The gut microbiome has been identified as an organ or an environmental factor that regulates lipid storage in the body. Diet plays a pivotal role in the bacteria that reside in the gut, as I've said time and time again, just in this presentation. Some foods can hinder the production of beneficial microbes and upregulate harmful bacteria. So we need to improve the diet to improve the microbiome, and we need to improve the microbiome in order to elicit changes in the immune system, in inflammation, and in our metabolic status. This program allows us to 1-2 punch these protocols simultaneously so that they are no longer allowed to run amok in a vicious cycle. Right now, it's the nasty, harmful bacteria making your dietary choices. And this program is designed to help you take back the reins and start making your own conscious, healthy choices again. So what is gut dysbiosis? When the ecosystem of microbes in the gut gets imbalanced or dysfunctional, we call this gut dysbiosis. This can be due to a change in diet, infection of some kind, or a buildup of microbial byproducts like methane and hydrogen. The buildup of gaseous byproducts can lead to bloating and discomfort. Gas and bloating can be no joke. Gas bubbles take up room in the colon, and solid matter waste is trying to work its way through the colon to the exit. What happens when a substantial amount of solid matter encounters a fairly large gas bubble in the colon? Well, of course, the gas bubble is able to ebb and flow to some degree and reshape itself as it encounters smaller masses of solid matter along the way. But the gas bubble itself doesn't get swept along with the debris as peristalsis works and keeps moving things slowly but surely along the track. The gas bubble gets hung up and stuck in places. And so instead of moving along with the rest of the debris, now it's stuck in this pocket or corner along the wall. And now we've got this big mass of substantial solid matter trying to work its way past this gas bubble, right? So the solid matter presses up against the gas bubble, and the gas bubble presses up against the wall of the large intestine. The wall of the large intestine is made of muscles, and as that muscle gets stretched, signals get sent up to the brain that says that there is a pain problem going on down here. So that signal could be interpreted as a dull or a throbbing pain. It could also be interpreted as a cramping pain. And every once in a while, that could be a severe stabbing, unrelenting pain. And many a patient has ended up in the ER thinking they were having a heart attack, only to find out that it was just a severe case of gas and bloating, or perhaps some other type of indigestion. Foods that promote friendly gut bacteria are of considerable interest because they promote overall health. Research has exposed key food groups that are associated with high levels of friendly gut bacteria, as well as foods that are harmful to the same friendly microbiota. The foods they found that reduced populations of unhealthy bacteria and promoted healthy bacteria are bread, legumes, fish, nuts, and plant-based foods. Alongside consuming products that boost the diversity of the microbiota, we should also avoid foods that harm the gut. There are 3 key food groups that experts identified as decreasing beneficial bacteria as well as increasing inflammatory markers. Those 3 key food groups are animal protein, refined sugars, and fast foods. As I mentioned a bit ago, inflammation is implicated in all diseases, and as such, eating foods that reduce inflammation can promote health. Research has found that the following 7 food groups promoted the proliferation of anti-inflammatory bacteria in the gut. So 7 food groups that helped the beneficial colonies of bacteria grow and flourish were red wine, legumes, vegetables, fruit, cereals, fish, and nuts. The Mediterranean diet is a way of eating based on the traditional cuisine of countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea. The Mediterranean diet is naturally high in polyphenols from extra virgin olive oil, nuts, red wine, vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grain cereals. These compounds act as antioxidants in the body and have been found to inhibit the chronic vascular inflammation associated with atherosclerosis or other age-associated disorders. A new study investigated the role of the Mediterranean diet on the gut flora of an elderly population over 1 year. Okay, so they took a group of elderly people and they fed them only the Mediterranean diet for 1 year. And at the end of that study, they found that the whole group of the elderly people, which is not defined by age, but certainly over 65 for sure, the results showed that an improvement in health outcomes and reduced frailty. So by doing nothing other than changing their diet, they found that the older people promoted healthier aging, and they had less broken bones. The bones were less brittle, and they were less prone to osteoporosis, only by changing their diet. Contrary to what some people believe, the idea that fat is bad for you and the idea that fat will make you fat are both common misconceptions. The truth is, your body needs fat and cholesterol to function properly. This macronutrient is a major source of energy and so much more. These essential fatty acids help keep you warm. They're necessary for your body to absorb important nutrients, and they play a crucial role in some of your body's everyday functions. Eating foods rich in healthy fats can help shed resistant extra pounds. Consuming sufficient amounts of healthy monounsaturated fats, such as nuts, seeds, and avocados, and plant-based oils, which would include olive oils, avocado oils, grapeseed oils, coconut oils. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but all of these things will actually help promote fat loss. Additionally, a few studies have found that there may be a connection between polyunsaturated fat supplementation and blood sugar levels. Some studies indicate this healthy fat is essential in fostering glycemic control and helping to maintain healthy blood sugar levels in people with insulin resistance. Blood sugar balance is also critical in healthy weight management. Research studies show that consuming polyphenols have a positive effect on insulin sensitivity. One pilot study looked at 12 healthy subjects between the ages of 20 and 40 in a randomized crossover study. The results demonstrated improvements in insulin sensitivity in participants given a drink rich in polyphenols. Another study, so before I move on, so basically they were given the MetabolicBiome Plus drink, right? That's its big attractiveness, that the MetabolicBiome Plus powder shake gives you the full array of proteins necessary, all of the polyphenols that you need, as well as the rest of the phytochemicals necessary to repopulate the microbiome with the beneficial bacteria so that you can start to digest your food in a more positive direction. Another study looked at obese and insulin insensitive subjects. The researchers found a 6-week dietary intervention with 333 milligrams of polyphenols, which happened to come from strawberries and cranberries in this case, improved insulin sensitivity in overweight and obese non-diabetic insulin-resistant human subjects. So again, the polyphenols were found to help balance the blood glucose levels as well as kick the word I'm looking for is metabolism, kick the metabolism into higher gear. So in order to talk about insulin resistance, we first need to talk a little bit about insulin. Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas, which literally transports sugar from the bloodstream across cell membranes into the cell so that it can be used for immediate energy. So let's talk practical biochemistry. This is the basis for that sugar crash that you've heard me talking about in some of the presentations along the way. So a sugar crash happens when you eat something high in carbs or obvious sugars. So that could be a cookie or a piece of cake or a hard candy or a soda or something of that nature, for example. So you eat something that is high in carbs or obvious sugars, and that releases a large amount of glucose into the bloodstream all at once, which then triggers insulin to come along and push those glucose molecules out of the bloodstream and into the cell where they could be actually utilized. But this is insulin's only job, and it is very, 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 very good at it. So insulin comes along and it pushes all of the glucose out of the blood and into the cells, but not all the cells need all of that glucose all at once, and none is left over in the bloodstream to make it up to your brain, which also needs glucose to work. So what happens then is that you end up feeling worse after your sugary snack than you did even before you had it. So when you eat a meal, however, something different occurs. Because a meal consists more usually of proteins, fats, and complex carbs, not a large amount of sugar gets dumped into the bloodstream all at once. The fats and the proteins slow down digestion so that sugar and other nutrients enter the bloodstream in smaller, more frequent spurts. Okay, so the main attraction here, weight management. A study led by the University of Cambridge has brought to light that people who are able to lose 10% of their body weight have the greatest chance of normalizing blood sugar levels. We know that high blood sugar can be managed using a combination of lifestyle changes and medications or dietary supplementation, yet it is also possible for high blood sugar levels to return to normal levels through significant weight loss and permanent dietary changes. The idea is to make a new habit. It has long been established that diets don't work. Why not? Well, a diet has a start and a finish, makes you feel like you are depriving yourself of things that you enjoy while you're on the diet. And worst of all, when the diet is over, people just go back to their same pattern of behavior regarding eating as they did before the diet. But everyone knows what the definition of insanity is, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, yet expecting a different outcome, even though you're doing the same thing. If you go right back to your old habits after finishing a diet, why would you not gain the weight right back? In addition to healthy dietary changes, increased physical activity and increased hydration of the body aid tremendously in the control of blood sugar levels and insulin resistance. Before the pandemic, 60% of Americans were getting less exercise than is necessary to maintain even fair health, and 25% of people were getting no exercise at all. Now that many of us are sticking closer to home than would have been usual, it's more important than ever to find ways to move our bodies regularly. Exercise not only encourages your metabolism to work faster and more efficiently, exercise also decreases your risk of osteoarthritis, reduces your cholesterol overall, and more importantly, reduces your LDL and triglyceride levels while increasing your HDL good cholesterol levels. Exercise will also lower your blood pressure while increasing circulation and your body's ability to oxygenate the blood circulating through your body. Now that you have a better understanding of the relationship between microbiome health and blood sugar balance for weight loss, I'd like to tell you more about Biotics Research healthy weight management program, MetabolicBiome Plus. MetabolicBiome Plus is built on those two important principles, microbiome health and blood sugar balance. MetabolicBiome Plus is built on revolutionary gut science. By mimicking the effects of a diverse plant-based diet, the MetabolicBiome Plus program supports optimal width using a two-pronged approach. We're going to optimize gut microbiota through polyphenol stimulation, and we're going to support healthy blood sugar through macronutrient balance and key nutrients. So each box that you see here in the picture is a different flavor and a different protein base, which we'll talk about in a moment. One box is a 2-week kit. It contains 14 packets of MetabolicBiome Plus powder, 14 supplement packs that include GlucoResolve and Biomega 700, which I will explain in just a moment, and also a step-by-step guidebook. And again, a link to the online store with the 20% off will allow you to pick and choose your flavor, your protein base, and your add-ons. So let me tell you about the protein bases. The program comes in 3 protein bases, each available in 2 flavors. The flavors would be chocolate and vanilla. So the 3 protein bases are organic pea, hydrolyzed collagen, and whey protein isolate. Pea protein is a non-GMO, gluten-free source of protein with an excellent amino acid profile. It may be used as a supplemental source of protein or along with the bio-detoxification program, which we talked about at the beginning of the presentation. The hydrolyzed collagen protein is a nutritious dairy-free protein powder made from a highly concentrated bone broth isolate. The protein is sourced from hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and non-GMO cows in Sweden It is ideal for dairy-sensitive patients and those who desire a collagen source of protein. The whey protein isolate is an excellent source of protein. Whey protein isolate is considered by many practitioners to be the premier dietary source of protein. It provides the body with necessary building blocks that are used to build or maintain muscle tissue. Whey protein isolate from Biotics Research, which is the products that we're using today, is produced using a micro-chilled process. Thus, the protein is undenatured and retains significant amounts of important immune factors, including IgG immunoglobulins and lactoferrin. Additionally, Biotics Research whey protein isolate is devoid of added sugar or artificial flavors, and each serving supplies 20 grams of naturally complete protein, making it ideal for low carbohydrate or metabolically balanced diets. Okay, so I want to go back and remind you that each one of these boxes, you get to pick the protein and you get to pick your flavor. Each box contains 14 packets of the shake powder, 14 supplement packs including GlucoResolve and Biomega 700, which I promise I will talk about, and a step-by-step guidebook. And so what I want to do is explain to you that the MSRP for each one of these boxes is $115. And inside each box is 14 meals. And so if you break that down, you're only paying $8 per meal. The 20% discount that the online store link will offer you brings that $115 price range down to $92.40, as it turns out, which lowers the price per meal to $6.60. Not to mention, there is zero prep work involved and minimal cleanup, making this highly convenient. Each meal shake gives you the protein and diverse phytochemicals, along with a healthy dose of polyphenols necessary to change the environment of your intestines to support healthy, beneficial microbiota, which in turn will support healthy digestion, which in turn will support overall health. Okay, as promised, the Biomega 500 or 700, as the typo may be, provides omega-3 essential fatty acids sourced from a strategically placed facility in the far South Pacific Ocean off the coast of Chile. So each capsule it has unparalleled purity, and they have full traceability of the product. Each capsule supplies 500 milligrams of EPA and DHA, which are your essential fatty acids necessary for your brain and your body to work properly, let alone optimally. And there is 70 milligrams of additional omega-3 fatty acids in there, along with some tocopherols and some vitamin E. The GlucoResolve is a daily multivitamin to support healthy blood sugar levels. Again, the GlucoResolve is a multivitamin, which is designed to support healthy blood sugar levels. In addition to foundation vitamins and minerals, GlucoResolve contains taurine, lipoic acid, pomegranate seed extract, CG, which is the main health ingredient in green tea, berberine, acetyl-L-carnitine, grapeseed, and quercetin, all of which will help inflammation along with everything else. All of these ingredients help foster healthy weight management and optimize metabolism. Okay, so as always, I like to share the reference page. So give me a moment as I open the screen. So polyphenols, key foods, Mediterranean diet, and the studies I mentioned. And of course, the product link will be in with the email sent to you, or in the description here on YouTube. We'll have the link to the online store, which will contain the 20% off. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I know we covered a lot of complex topics, so if you have any additional questions, please let me know. The office phone number is 928-203-4200. We are the Center of Balance Clinic. I am Dr. Lauren Pilgrim. Our email is info@thecenterofbalanceclinic.com. That is also our website, thecenterofbalanceclinic.com. Our next webinar is in 2 weeks, and it is the topic of debunking nutritional myths. So I hope you join me again in 2 weeks on Thursday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and I look forward to hearing from you as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining me again today. Have a good day.